Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly CRM Connect call here at Sales Process. How is everybody? Just get everyone in here this morning or this evening, wherever you are. It's morning for me. Um, okay. So, this morning I'm going to be sharing in the chat a link that you're going to need today to complete this lesson that we're going to go over. Today, we're going to talk about high ticket application funnels and how we can sell a high ticket strategy call. So basically, this is a call that somebody is going to book with you. They're booking your time, and it's going to involve a pre-qualification form to ensure that they are a good fit for this type of service. And it also helps you ensure that you're only meeting with people that are, like I said, a good fit for your high ticket program. So the whole sort of point or the goal of this lesson is to teach you how to attract high ticket clients and then put them into a process where they apply to have a strategy call with you. And then during that strategy call, you sell them on your high ticket program. So there are a couple of steps to this. And what I want to share with you is I'm going to drop a link into the chat. And this is a funnel template that you can add to your sales process account. We have to kind of do it in a roundabout way. So just bear with me as I drop in the steps for you as we do this. 1 second here. I just have to pull up one other thing. Okay. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you, here, let me grab this link. I want you to log into your sales process account using this link that I'm putting in the chat. Now, sales process is a white label of a software called High Level, if you didn't know that. But it is, and you can log in using your same login as sales process to this link here. And this is the link I need you to have open for me to be able to share this funnel template with you. And then I'm going to drop another link for the actual template. And there is that link to the template. So now in the screen where you have logged into this to your sales process account using app.gohighlevel.com, drop that link into the browser and it will add it to your account. It will ask you if it can add it to your account, okay? So take that link and then put it into your browser to add this to your account. And then what I need you to do is to go to your funnels, and you should be able to see the funnel there. Awesome. You got it, Shamim? Awesome. 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 How did everybody else make out with that? This is the funnel that we're going to be working with today, and it's going to have all the steps in it and have all the pages. All you're going to need to do once we finish this lesson is you're just going to need to change the copy and the pictures and probably the colors to your branding. It's asking for location. So Karen, just put in your location, like whatever the name of your business is. Is it your name? Just try typing in your name. If that's the name of your sales process account. Let me just bring it up here. You got it? Did it work? Oh, it's still loading. Okay. I'm asked to sign in to my Google account with the link. Which link, Christine? The go high level link or the funnel link, the first one? Is it because you use Google to sign into your sales process account? Yeah, okay. So then just sign in. Yeah. And then if everybody can just let me know if they got, Karen, you're going to go to your funnels. So I'll share my screen here so that you can see what I'm seeing. You're going to go to sites over here on the side. And then you're going to go up here, just one sec. My computer's being slow. And then you go up here to funnels. And then you can go to the most recent funnel, and it should be the first one that pops up. Do you see that? Yay. Okay. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. So let's open this and take a look at the different steps in here. Okay. So first of all, we have our sales page. And basically what we're selling on this page is for them to book a call with us, for them to apply to book a call with us. Okay. The second step that we have here is the application form that they have to fill out to book a call. And we're going to move these around a little bit. Okay. So bear with me as we go through the process here. We're going to do that. All right. So here, let's go in here and take a look. Actually, you know what? We're going to go build the pieces that we need for this funnel first, and then we're going to come back to it. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a form and ask the people who apply some pre-qualification questions. Okay. So we are going to actually go into the forms section and build a form from scratch. Okay. So we're still in our sites menu, but up at the top, we're over here at forms. Now we're going to go into the form builder and we're going to build a brand new form. Okay. So we're going to click on add form, and you can either build a form from scratch or we can find a template that we like. So I'm just going to show you the different templates that there are available. We have lots and lots of form templates here. You can scroll through and look for one that you kind of like the style of, or you can also go into, there's like categories of industries here. There's also other tags and stuff that can help you filter your search to see what you would like. Okay. And I'm just going to use this one here. I'm going to choose this form Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you how to build a form from scratch. How does that sound? So we're not going to use a template. We're going to add a form from scratch. So we're going to choose on from scratch, and we're going to go and hit create. And so this is what the form looks like. This is your default kind of form. It starts with your first name, last name, phone number, email, and then your consent box that you have to have if you are collecting someone's phone number to send them text messages. So this is kind of your default form. I see a question come up. Yeah, you can do it with us now if you want. So here, these are all drag and drop fields. And over on this side is where you can find those fields. So you can have your first name, last name, date of birth, phone, email. You can drag over a button. You can sell products on a form. But basically, these are all the elements, and it's very similar to the funnel builder, except it's not building a funnel, you're building a form. And whenever you see this asterisk beside a field, when we click on it, you'll see over here that it is a required field. You're saying to them, you can't complete this form if you haven't filled this field out. So I would also make their name required. I don't necessarily, unless you have your SMS text messaging set up, I don't necessarily make the phone number required, but your email should definitely be required. And if I don't have the phone number required, I can remove this compliance statement. So I can just click on it, turn it orange all the way around, and then hit the X button. And it deletes it. Then this is an element. This is a button element. And then this is also an element. This is your policy and terms of service, if you want to include that on the form as well. If you have it on your funnel pages already as part of your default footer, then you don't have to put this here as well. You can just include it on your form, on your funnel. So remember I said that this was going to be an application for booking a call with you, booking a strategy call with you, right? So what we want to do is we want to add some questions to this form that are going to gather a little bit of information about the person applying that is important for you to know to make the decision on whether they're a good fit for your high ticket program. Okay, so some examples of questions might be, how long have you been in business? Or what is your annual revenue? Or any question that you want to find out more information about them and that will help you determine if they're a good fit. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to add custom questions to your form. Over here we have, on the left-hand side, we have quick add, which are the form elements here. And then we also have custom fields. So if we click on custom fields, you'll see that we have a button here that says add, and we can add a custom field and create it to be whatever we want. Okay, so let's click on add, and this little pop-up pops up, and you'll see that you have a bunch of different options here as to what type of field you want it to be. You can have text input fields where you can decide how much text do you want to collect, values for number, phone, monetary, and then you also have drop-down fields and radio button select fields, date pickers, check boxes. You can have them upload a file to the form. You can also collect their signature if you need to. So if we're going to ask them a question, I'm going to say, how long have you been in business? Okay, so for them to answer that, it's a single text line, right? So I'm going to choose, this is the type of field I want to create. Then I'm going to click on next. And I'm just going to type in here the question. So I'm asking them, how long have you been in business? Okay. And it's going to be part of their contact record, so I don't ever change this. And then this is group, it's called a group, but basically it is folders that you can put information in on their contact record. This is just like I could make a folder called application questions, right? And then I could put that information in there. You have to go out of this field here, and I'll to show you how to make the folder. You have to go into custom fields to make it. So I don't want to take us out of there. So I'm just going to put it in the general information folder, okay? How long have you been in business? We're going to put it in the general information folder. And then here I can put in the same question if I want. And then click save. Okay. And now you're going to see over on the left-hand side, inside of the general information, it's showing a 1 in brackets here. And it's that question that I created. So I'm just going to grab it and I'm going to drag it over. And now you see, how long have you been in business? And that's the text field there. Okay. And so we'll add another custom field. Let's see. Let's create a drop-down field, okay? So we're going to create another custom field. We're going to create a drop-down, multiple drop-down. And we're going to say, what is your annual revenue? Okay? And we can say, here we can put in 0 to 10,000. Then we can add another option. We can say 11,000 to 30,000. I don't know where I'm coming up with these numbers. I'm just making it up. And then we can say 31 to 50,000. Let's make it all the same here. But you get the idea, right? So you can create these kind of choices that they can collect or that they can select, all right? And again, we're going to put this in our general information section. And those are the options in the drop-down that we've created. And then we just click save. And now you'll see over on the left-hand side, that's been added under general information. And I'm just going to drag it over. Okay. Now let's save this and let's just kind of preview the form. Now, this is because these are custom fields. We want to make sure when we create them that we're also saying that they are required. Okay, we want them to provide this information. It's mandatory. So we'll save that and we'll take a look at what the form looks like. Okay. So here we have what the form looks like just on a blank sort of background. And you can see here that if we click into here, we have our options for your revenue here. Okay. And they can choose multiple options or they can choose a single option. Okay. And then this is the button that they're going to submit. So let's go back into the form and let's go and change what this button says. So over here, it says button. But we want to say apply here, right? Because really this is an application form. So we're going to say apply here. And then the last thing that we want to do is make sure that we give our form a title. Okay. So I'm going to name this And I'm just going to put in front of here the date too, so I don't forget. There. Now, we have our form for the application. Now we need to go and put the form in our funnel template. So we're going to go back out of here and we're going to go back into funnels and we're going to go find our funnel here. And on here, let's go take a look at what is on the sales page. Okay, so we're on the sales page and we're going to go into the builder, click on edit. Okay, so we are in the builder now, and you can see here that in Peng Jun's high ticket application funnel, he has a video at the top of his. We're just going to talk about sort of the elements of the funnel. And you would come in here, obviously, and change like the color, change so that you can actually read this. Like this is text here, but you can't even read it because of, oops, I don't want teal. I want white. There we go. So you're going to want to come in here and change the color. So when we change the color, we're selecting it all, and then this edit box pops up and we're changing the color, right? Then you're going to want to change out the pictures so that they're your pictures. But the purpose of this page is to sell them into applying for a call with you. Okay? So that is the purpose of the page. You want to sell them into booking a call with you. Okay? And so here it says apply for the legacy mentoring, right? And that's what your buttons do. The buttons take you to the next page in the funnel. So to get to the next page in the funnel, you can come up to the top here and click on the drop down. And then we're going to go to the application form. Okay. Oops. I should save this first. Then I will go and to the application form. Now here we need to swap out the form that's here, because this isn't our form that we built, that we just built. This is the template form, right? So on this page, it's talking about the application. It's giving some instructions. And then here you're going to see that this outline here tells us this is a form. But we want to swap it out, not for this application form. We want to swap it out for the form that we created. So we just go into this drop down here and we look for the form that we created. So here's the title of the form that we created. I'm just going to select it. And then you're going to see this form pop up. So that's how you can input your form, the correct form, into the funnel. Okay. Then we're just going to save it. The one thing we do want to make sure of is when we have this form clicked and it's outlined in orange, the button action on the form, we have to tell it, it says use action from form builder. When we're in a funnel, that's not what we want. We want it to go to the next step, right? So we need to change that button action to go to next step. And then we're going to save it. Okay, so when they fill out the form, then it's going to take them to the next page in the funnel. So let's go take a look at that. This is where it says, thank you for applying. We've received your application. We will be in touch. We'll let you know if you have been accepted into or accepted for the strategy call, right? So this is basically just a thank you landing page. But what we're doing here is we are just confirming that their application was received. That's all you're doing here. Okay. And I think there must be some text in here. Yes. We just can't see it. Let's put that in so we can see what it says. And even this here is really light. There we go. Okay. So now we have the application process set up in our funnel. What we have to do now is we have to set up the back end. So remember, when you create a form, every form must be paired with a workflow. Otherwise, the form doesn't get connected. Like nothing happens. There's no action that takes place in the system. So every form must be paired with a workflow. Okay. So now we're going to go back and we are going to set up the action that goes with this application form. And basically what that means is we're going to tell the system when somebody fills out a form and submits it, what do we want sales process to do, right? So we're going to go into our automations and we are going to build a workflow from scratch to tell the system what to do with this application form. So we'll start from scratch. And of course, we're going to give our workflow a name, right? I'm going to put in here the date so I remember. Okay, so what is going to fire off this workflow is that form, right? So our trigger is a form submission. So we just type in form and it comes up with actions. So we're going to choose form submitted. Then we have to tell the system which form. So we have to put in filters, right? So we have to say form is, and then we tell it which form it is. So I'm choosing again that form that we created. Okay. And then I'm going to click save. So now when that form is submitted, what do I want to happen here in the system? Well, I want to be able to tag them to let me know so I can easily identify them in my contact list. Who are these people? Where did they come from, right? So I'm going to add a contact tag. And I'm going to you can call it whatever you want. Like you can say program name application received or something. Right? Whatever you want to call it, give it a tag so that you'll never forget. Like, think about it this way. When I think about tags, I think about in a year from now, am I going to remember what this means? Right? So that's why it's a good idea to put your program name in there. And then I always put up here what that is as well, so that I don't have to open the tag to see which tag it is. So now I add a contact tag. Maybe I want to send an internal notification to myself that somebody has completed the application form, right? So what I did here, just in case you missed it, was just click on the plus button to add the next action. And then in the search, I'm just going to type in internal. Okay. So here it says send internal notification. And the type of notification, you can send yourself an email. You can send yourself a notification inside of your sales process software. Or if you have this set up, you can send yourself a text message. I really like sending myself text messages because my email inbox, it's already full. Like it's over full. So I'm going to put here, I'm going to send myself a text message. And then I always put up here, I put who I'm sending it to. So I changed this so I send text message to Tamara. Okay. Now, inside of your notification, you can capture the contact's information by using this little tag here. These are this will bring in the custom values, or what they're called. But when you click on the tag, you have the opportunity here to choose contact, and click on this here, and we're going to pull in their full name. Okay. And here I'm going to write myself a little note. Just applied for your high ticket program. And then you can also include the information from the application. That's a lot for a text message, but you might want to just give yourself a reminder. You can say, check out their application and decide if they're a good fit, right? And then just save the action. Oh, here I have to say a particular user, and I'll just save myself. There we go. So now when they submit the form, a tag gets added, plus I receive notification that they've submitted their form. So I know that I can go and look at for that. And then let's also send them a nice email saying, hey, we received your application. We'll be in touch within the next 48 to 72 hours, something like that, right? So we're going to send them an email. And in your sales process account, you can always leave these two blank, okay? Because it will pull this information from the system, and make sure that you always use your custom email subdomain. And that's really important, right? Because we're sending out a marketing email, and we have set up your custom subdomain with all of the records that it needs to be able to be delivered to their inbox. And that's important. So now we have the opportunity to write out the email here. You can put in the subject line. You can, use custom values to pull in their name. You can put in their first name here, and you can say, thank you for your application. We will, you can write whatever you want. This doesn't, this just is sent like a regular email. Okay. It's not branded. I like to build all my emails inside of the email template section and then pull them in by choosing the template here instead of building my emails here. That's just a personal preference. You can decide how you want it. It's just about how do you want it to look when it hits their inbox, right? You can't add much design here. You can, change the color of the font, but like you can't put on a nice branded footer at the bottom of the email and all of that. So I personally choose to like bring in a template, okay? And, then it looks like this. And if we take a look, if we go here, what I mean by branded is that it's designed, like it's got some design, and it also has this compliance footer at the bottom, right? It says copyright, it's got your business name, it's got the unsubscribe link, all of that sort of compliance stuff that you need in your marketing emails. That's why I like to use a template. Okay. So we're going to send their welcome email. I'll just change the name up here to welcome and click save. And we can then publish it and click save. So this is the first part of this, right? This is letting them know, or we should maybe not call this welcome. We can call it application received email. Okay. So here we have the workflow that pairs with the form to ensure that when they submit the form, something happens, right? Something is taking place. They're getting tagged, you're getting notified, they're getting notified. So that is basically the workflow that you need to build to go along with this first half. Now, The next week during the CRM call, we're going to build the second half of this, where is how you're going to look at their application form. You're going to make a decision. Are they approved or are they declined, right? And if they're approved, then you need to send them information. If they're declined, you need to send certain information, right? So we're going to build out that second half of it. Let me just check questions here. Karen says you can also do this in Calendly. Are you still using Calendly in conjunction with sales process? Because you know you have an appointment calendar system in sales process, right?
Yeah, I'm not using sales process yet, to be
Okay.
honest. I'm following all the courses, but I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
really using it. So I'm
Yeah,
still using
that's totally
Calendly.
fine. Yeah. You can definitely set this up in Calendly if you want, but then you don't have them in your email list, right?
No, exactly. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. So I should do that. So you can also you have calendars here
Yes.
inside the system as well. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah. So, yeah, so then you can definitely
Yeah.
do that inside here. But you can use Calendly if you want. It just then you would have to set up a zap to zap their information from Calendly over to sales process.
No good
And
idea. No.
no, okay. Yeah, so it gets a little more complicated. So
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
anybody have any questions about this first part of the process? Shamim's got this. He's the old pro at this. This is not new. He's done this before. He's like, yeah, I know this stuff already. Okay, so for your homework for this lesson, I want you to take a screenshot of this um workshop or workflow, sorry. Okay. And then I also want to see the form that you built, your application form. So let's go into sites, go to the form builder, and take a picture, a screenshot of your application form. Okay, show me your questions that you've added to your application form to make it about your high ticket program. Now we actually have 20 minutes left. Does anybody want to talk about any other questions they have about sales process, or we can talk about strategy for high ticket, selling high ticket? Does anybody here have a high ticket program that they want to sell? I see some comments coming in. Yeah, Karen does. Strategy, please. Okay, Christine. So when we're talking strategy for high ticket, what you want to do, you need to position yourself as the expert, right? And you need to be putting out content that positions yourself as the expert that they need to work with to get the results that they want. So it's really important to understand your audience, right? You understand the target audience that you're trying to attract. And it's not even just about talking about, a lot of marketers focus on what is the pain point, right? What is their pain point? And talk about their pain point. Really, what I like to focus on is that what is their life going to look like after they work with you? Or what is their business going to look like? And take them through that about how working with you is going to change. What are the results that they are going to get if they do the work? And that's the piece that you need to build content around. And to be able to position yourself in that as the person of authority, right? So, what is your niche, Christine? Coaching, helping professionals to create more freedom and adventure to feel alive. Yep. Yep. And then you want to give them a sense of, you want to talk about your process too, like your proprietary framework that you use. You're not going to go into the how it's done. You're going to talk about the where, the when, the why, but you don't necessarily focus on the how, right? The how is what they pay you for. So your content that you create to attract them is about the transformation that they receive when they work with you. You can talk about like your content can also be about like some of the things in the industry that you see that doesn't work, right? You can talk about stuff like that. Call out those things that are absolute BS or garbage in your industry. We've all got them, especially in the coaching space, right? There's a lot of toxic tactics out there that coaches use that you can discuss and talk about. And you don't necessarily call out names or anything, but just like you can talk about those practices or tactics and then showcase how working with you is different, right? And it really is about high ticket sales is always about positioning. You are the authority. Working with you is going to get them the transformation that they want. They are going to receive that, going through your program, they are going to receive that freedom, that, the freedom, the income, the time management, the feeling of being alive. They're going to receive that with working with you. Any other questions? Karen, do you want to tell us about your program?
Yeah, maybe that's easier. I'm typing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Feel free
no,
to
but
jump
that
off your
takes
mic.
so
Yeah.
long. Yeah, it's easier. Yeah. Well, actually, the reason why I haven't joined sales process yet is I cannot really choose. That's, I think, basically my biggest problem. I'm offering high ticket programs right now in the industry. So about team development, I have my own models there, actually to bring them from not cooperating. Not being able to differentiate themselves towards like recognizing their value, recognizing how they can stand out in the market, and then also align all the people in the team to the strategy that they have developed and the differentiation they have developed. So I have a process for that, and I've been doing that for many years. So
Mm-hmm.
the question is whether this is the right program actually to start with as a product,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm very much in doubt because the model that I have is also valid for individual development. And that could go via Facebook, which is much easier, I think,
Right.
to get in individuals rather than whole teams and where there are more stakeholders.
Right.
So I'm very much in doubt, actually. I don't know whether you can say anything about it.
I think you, so I guess a couple of questions that come to mind when I hear you talking about that is taking a look and assessing your network, right? What is the fastest way to leverage your network? Can you get in front of the people who make decisions in corporate about their team? Can
Mm-hmm.
you get in front of these people
Mm-hmm.
through people in your network? Or are you really like starting from scratch and don't necessarily have a network that you can reach out to leverage?
No, I'm doing this since many years. So
Yes.
yeah,
So
this
you have a
kind of work.
reputation. This is
I
kind
have
of
a
your,
reputation.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely then, for you to kick this off, you want to like, what's the fastest path to success? What's the fastest path to grow your sales, right? So is it through individual work or is it through continuing to reach out to the decision makers in corporate about building teams.
Yeah, but the only thing where I got like so much, let's say, in doubt is because we were talking about the whole thing about LinkedIn, right? And it's very hard actually to connect everything. So then I thought like, oh, should I maybe better go via Facebook and then make my product a lower ticket product, which I also have. So which is easier actually for an individual to grab. So. Yeah, while at the same time, the high ticket programs is what I'm currently selling. So
Right.
I don't know really, Tamara.
Yeah. So where do you sell your program? Is it on LinkedIn that you sell it, like through your content marketing?
Yeah, honestly, no, it's well, I think they know me from that as well because I on a daily basis I do post, but I think basically it's all about personal networking. So I
Yes.
live in Malaysia actually. I'm Dutch, but I live in Malaysia. So
Yeah.
I have like yeah, a crazy big network here from a business point of view. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You really cannot say enough about having an extensive network when it comes to business. Like it really is everything. Yeah. Especially in something like leadership and, developing leadership teams and working with teams. That's definitely, your network is definitely, and that's going to trump sort of any software out there, right? You really are looking for something that is the path of least resistance because basically you're not looking for a software for managing products and programs and all of that because you are the program, right? Like your program is you deliver the program. Is that right? For your
Yeah,
leadership?
exactly. And
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. I have done that for so many years. So now was the whole idea to yeah to take that to a different level, to bring it to a
Mm-hmm.
different level and to automate things, create videos, and then still
Okay.
have that personal touch. So yeah, but I'm really struggling to make choices, and I understand like well, others are also in the call right now. I don't want to uh, get all the attention right now, but yeah, that is what I'm struggling with.
Yeah. I think as business owners, I think we all spend a lot of time overthinking. I know I sure do. I spend a lot of time overthinking my services, my experience. Do I know enough? Am I using the right software? All of that.
Yeah, I guess it's just a matter of like choose something and go for it.
Yes. Yeah.
What about the others? I mean, did you face these kind of things as well? That it was hard to choose which product to go for, to opt for? Ask,
Anybody
well,
else want to share?
Shamim or
Well,
Christine.
yeah, well, I'm with the Society for Human Resources Management. So I'm the trainer in Southeast Asia. So what I've done is I use my network, but I leverage with other countries from there. So
Oh,
I do have a high ticket product, but I wasn't ready for it yet. So I figured, okay, this is the fastest way to success because I've been getting just membership fees with the webinar and everything else. So I'm also in Malaysia. I'm in Ara Damansara. I think you're in Sungai Buloh. So,
Yeah, I
but
am. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm looking at your LinkedIn profile when you said Malaysia. So for me, it was just the same thing what Tamara says. What is the quickest way? So I instead of a high ticket, I have something just like $99, and that's been selling well. So I can sell it overseas. I can sell it in Malaysia. I can sell it in Singapore. So it's something where I'm building my network. And from that network, I can leverage that into a high ticket later on. So
yeah.
that's my main goal. It's like what Tamara said right now. What's the fastest way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I think that's the way to go. So that it's much easier for example, to already get the leaders into a lower ticket program and then let them experience it. And then they also want to get their teams in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
sales,
very helpful, Shamim. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Where are you based?
I mean,
It's the,
Damansara, next to
oh, I see.
King Airport.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kay, I need to know, do you guys get snow over there? Because if you don't,
No,
I'm
no,
moving. I'm moving. I'm
Okay.
coming. I'm coming to Malaysia. Do you know how much snow we have here in Canada right now? Oh my goodness. It is
you
so
know how
cold and wet.
do you
Oh,
know how hot it is here right now?
Oh,
Every day it's in between 32 and 34 degrees Celsius.
oh, nice.
I'm from New Jersey, so I had to suffer through the aftermath of hurricanes, snow, 8 inches of
Oh,
snow from New Jersey, Washington D.C. I was like, okay, I forget I'm moving to Malaysia.
yeah. Yes. So I was born and raised in Canada. I've been in the same province. I live in Alberta. It's the same province my whole life. You know, you would think I would get used to the snow, but every year I get older and I dislike it more and more. Just, ugh, I'm over it.
You're always saying that you're that old, but you still look really young, honestly.
Oh, Karen, I love you.
It's
I
true.
turned 50 this year.
Come on. You look much
Seriously.
younger, but 50
Oh,
You're
is
young.
young.
I'm older than you.
Oh, Shamim, you are not. You look like a young pup.
I'll be
I'm much,
52 this
much
year.
older than you.
Karen, you're lying just to make me feel better.
I'm not. But are you guys going to Langkawi?
Yes.
I
Yes.
am,
You're going to go to Christine?
yeah, I'm going. It's just
Awesome.
next door, so I think I should go.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I wish I was going.
Oh,
I
you're not
wish.
coming.
I'm not.
That's too
No,
bad.
I
Why not?
know. It's so far, and I have kids. There's just no way I can go that far away from them, so I won't be there. But
What a pity.
I'll be watching all the stories and the Instagram and the whole, I'm sure Peng Joon will have lots of social media going on during that time. So I'll be living vicariously through him to be there. It sounds like it's going to be a big event. It sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, there are many subscriptions, many participants, I mean.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a big one. So it'll be good.
Great. Actually, I also need to say, like, Tamara, now we have the opportunity. I really love how you're doing your teaching. So it's really
Oh,
one of my
thank you.
very, yeah, it's really one of my very favorites.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I have been using this software since January of 2020, and let me tell you, it's come a long way. Like it was it was really quite brand new back then. But the reason that I like it so much is because I really appreciate the development team that actually creates the software and works on the software. They are an amazing team of people who really listen to what their users want and make it happen. I really appreciate that. So often, you know, with software, you don't even get close to the development team, but anybody actually can attend the development team. They have a town hall every week that you can go and attend, and you can hear about all the updates that are coming up with the software. And like, I just really appreciate how transparent they are, and yeah, it's good.
Sounds good. Okay.
So, any questions, guys, about the homework, or how's everybody else making out with sales process? Any technical issues? Anything at all. It doesn't have to be about the homework. We can take a look at anything. If you're having trouble with it, we can walk through it. The software is very, very powerful, but it is a very steep learning curve.
Yeah.
I always am very transparent with people about that, because if you think that you're just going to start using this and it's going to be easy, that's not the case. There's just so many different features. I guess what really draws me to it is just the fact that it's all under one roof. Like, I'm not trying to cobble together 3 different softwares, an email marketing software, a funnel builder, a payment processor, everything lives under sales process. And once you have it all connected, it runs like a really well-oiled machine. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I noticed what you were saying. I used to have a sales process when I was still in the Netherlands, so with Active Campaign, and it was so much easier, honestly. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah.
And Active Campaign, you can only send email with that, right? That's all you can do with it.
Well, no, you can all set up all your funnels, etc. as well.
Oh, you can actually build funnel pages in Active Campaign?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I thought it was just email.
No, you can. Sorry, you can build your automations, not your landing pages.
Oh, okay, automations.
I think
yes.
I have. Yeah, I'm not such an IT freak, but I have something that is attached to WordPress where you can actually easily drag in all kind of things that can connect with each other. So also the financial stuff and the what is it? The shops and things like that. I used to have something like that, but don't ask me what exactly.
Okay.
I could work with it, but yeah, it's too long ago.
Okay.
I can't remember anymore.
So Kate has a question about the e-commerce store. So you cannot resize the product image on the overview page and product page for better presentation. So you are correct about that, Kate. The e-commerce store is always kind of a work in progress. There are no styling options unless you know CSS. So if you know CSS, you can add any kind of styling you want to the product images. But the dev team is working to make that more robust so that you have a lot more styling options for the products. But you can use CSS if you know CSS. That will help you with image sizing. Kate says she's too lazy to work on CSS. That's where you bring in ChatGPT. ChatGPT will write it for you. I use that a lot of times because I know CSS just enough to be dangerous. And then I use ChatGPT to clean up my mess. When I make a mess. Yeah. So, okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. We will do part 2 of this lesson where we will incorporate the calendar and actually them booking their strategy session with you. That'll be part 2. So next Thursday. And we will continue on from there. But I will look forward to your homework in the Facebook group, and we will see you guys, goodness, in March, I guess. It's already. How did that happen?
No clue.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.